Good morning, guys. We are on our way to a town called Bullard to deliver some freeze-dried fruit. So get your seatbelts on and let's go. Okay, now I'm going to re-record. Today is one of those days where, you just, everything you do, it seems to kind of backfire or go the opposite way. When I think I was recording, I'm not recording. When I think I'm recording, anyway, you get it. Okay, so the last time I was recording, I think I was recording, I was telling you that it all went well with Still Dandelion, with Jessica. She not only got that order, but she's placed another big order for when I come back to get my hair done in June. She is a very good cosmetologist. She colors hair wonderful. So she's always booked. So you have to get your appointment in like a month before time. So anyway, and she's such a sweetheart. So now, and also, I don't know if that clip's going to work or not, so I'm just going to put this clip up when I edit. She's also going to help me do a fall show at her shop and help me decorate the tables, and so I can sell fruit and candy and stuff like that. So that's exciting for me. And so now let me go in and order this pizza. That didn't work out. They don't even open up until 4 o'clock this afternoon. I guess they changed their hours. So I guess if I get pizza, it'd be in Frankston. It's so weird. Why would you not open up until 4 o'clock? That's weird. I was in the mood for pizza, so I just ordered pizza in Frankston. I ordered so that way to be ready when I get there, so I can pick it up and go home and have it for lunch. I'm just going to show y'all the downtown area of Frankston. Frankston is about 11 miles from my home. Is it not just cute? Oh, sorry, gave my thumb over the camera. Has a little gazebo there, has a park. AJ's had a birthday party here before, too. Look at that. I love that cactus. That is so cute. Look at all this wooden furniture. All that stuff neat. I had been in the square of Frankston for quite a long while, even though it's so close to me. But anyway, I thought y'all might enjoy seeing it when I have more time. They have like a farmer's market here, I think, sometimes too. I want to keep an eye on that. I will be honest, most of the time when they have those farmer's markets, and I understand why, totally. In the summer it's hot here. They start it so early, and then by the time I get up and get around, get dressed, get my morning routine done with my planners and everything, it's a while before that they're almost closed. By the time I get here, a lot of people's already left. So that's how it goes. Good afternoon. Yeah, I probably should have said good morning, but this is Friday the 12th. And yes, it is the afternoon. I've got up this morning, been lazy this morning. I did wash my hair. I just got finished blow drying it, curling it, put a little makeup on because me and Keith is going out on a date night with our neighbors, and we're getting to take Joshua. Joshua called last night and wanted to come spend the night with his mama and papa. So of course we said yes. So I'm not for sure. I want to talk with his mom and dad to make sure it's okay to put them on camera. And if it is, I will show them on the vlog. Now, I probably will not show our date night unless it's just Joshua or me, because our neighbors, I don't think they'd feel comfortable, or I don't feel comfortable telling them or asking them. Here is my date for tonight. Hey, happy Saturday the 13th. Today's the 13th, Joshua. Joshua says, we're at the farmer's market. And so I forgot to pick you up. Joshua spent the night with us last night, and we have had a blast. And Keith and Tay-Tay, so we're all fixing to go have us some fun at the farmer's market. I'm a bad vlogger. I didn't even vlog this. I got so interested. But Joshua's going to help me show what we got. Joshua, show them the potato out of that bag that we got. We got a bunch of red potatoes, and he's going to show us what the potato looks like. We got some of those potatoes nice and fresh. And then, pick at that day, baby. And we got some collard greens, and the whole bunch. We got a bunch of her last batch of collard greens. And he's going to show you the collard greens. I'm a bad vlogger. I didn't even think to pull out my camera. I was walking around looking at everything, but there's the nice looking collard greens. Oh! So that's what we got. I think this is like maybe the first or maybe second weekend of it. So it wasn't a whole, I think some people had already left too. Maybe it already sold out because I think this was the first week of it. So now we are headed to find some lunch for a picnic, and we're going to the park to have a picnic and play. Okay, we made it back with our picnic ingredients. Of course, you can't have a picnic without FLARP. And we got oranges, we got chips, we got his ketchup, double stuffed Oreos, and we've got the hot dogs, the bread, the drink he picked out, Keith's drink, and I got a cream soda. And that is our picnic. Joshua has already headed out to the swings. Now he's coming back. He says he's hungry. He is having a blast. Nice little park. It's been around forever. It wasn't even this big though when mine was little. When Caleb was little, they used to have a little swim pool right around in there. Get away with the pool and put that splash pad in. Tay-Tay's having her walk at the park. She says, whoop, gotta take a rest. Hit the wrong button. She's used to daddy carrying her. She's not used to having to walk. Hey guys, we are leaving the park. We had fun. Joshua, so proud of him. He faced his fear and he went all the way up to the top of the rocket ship. I am so proud of him. He did a good job. Better than I ever. That rocket ship's been around before me, and oh my gosh, they've had it since I was a little girl, so it's old. I never conquered the top of it, but he did. Going down to the barn. We're going to get me and Joshua's going to get on my four-wheeler, and we're going to go four-wheeling riding. He's excited. You excited, Joshua? I'm excited too. Here it goes! You ready? We're headed up. Here is mine and Joshua's view. Isn't it pretty? You having fun? Yes. Well, I had fun too. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I think the last Monday, the 14th, I believe. 15th. I believe the last time I vlogged, or what you would have seen, would be me and Joshua on the tractor. I was teaching him how to drive our little four-wheeler. And then things went cray-cray. Keith was called in and had to mandatorily go into work since he is a supervisor and paramedic. So he had to rush. Lucky enough, he did have time to get a couple hours sleep before he had to go in for a 12-hour shift on his day off. And so staffing issues, guys. New director and then staffing issues. And then after that, I didn't vlog any. Yesterday was Mother's Day, as I'm sure y'all would have known. And I hope y'all had a wonderful one. I had a lazy one. I was in my pajamas all day. I didn't do anything. I hear my neighbors talking. Boy, they're loud this morning. But anyway, so I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't vlog anything yesterday. Me and Keith made, after he got home from work, he went to bed. He was off last night, praise the Lord. And so I got up, we made a big chef salad. That's what we had for supper. And then we just watched some Magnolia Network, and that's about it. Then we went to bed. And so now I'm vlogging today. So now this is going to be a crazy week. I already warned y'all, because I know today I'm going to vlog today because I have laundry to do. I have to fold and put stuff away. I'm going to do some turnip greens and collard greens in the crock pot. I'm going to show you how I prep those. I haven't cooked those in ages, but I'm going to attempt it and I'm going to try it again. And then I got to prep a meatloaf, and of course I'm going to make smashed potatoes, some cornbread to go with it. And let's see, and I've already unloaded the dishwasher. I figured, y'all see me unload the dishwasher. I'm sure y'all have had enough of that. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to check in with you and let you know I'm going to combine this weekend with my date night Friday night with Joshua. And then our time I filmed, we went Saturday to the farmer's market, which I didn't get to film a lot, and at the park. And then came home, the tracker, and then things went downhill. But anyway, I just wanted to check in with you, and I'll catch up with you later on in the house doing some stuff. Guys, we have a yellow rose. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. Look how big that thing has grown. It rained yesterday, guys, here like crazy. It rained. There is my plants that's usually on the porch hanging on the tree, my crepe myrtle. And then there is our blueberry bushes, big tree of the blueberry bush. So they got some water yesterday. Okay guys, we're in the house and I've got my crock pot ready, and I am going to prep these collard greens and turnip greens to cook. As you see, I am just pulling the green leaves off of the stems. I find that if you leave the stems in there, they're just too hard. And I've cooked turnip greens since I've cooked collard greens. It has been a long time. Like I said, we got the turnip greens at Piggly Wiggly when we got the picnic supplies. And the collard greens, as you've seen, Joshua showed you, we got at the farmer's market. And so that is what you're going to see me do. I am literally just going to pick all of these the green leaves off of the turnip greens and the collard greens. You will see a little package of meat inside there too, because this water is cool. I wanted to put some salt pork inside with it to cook with it, and so I put it in there so it could kind of defrost some because it was frozen, so I could get some off of it to put inside the turnip collard green combo, we will call it. So tell me, do you eat collard greens or turnip greens? I know a lot of times people mix up turnip greens and mustard greens together. That's other good combo. And of course, you could just always just fix one of them by themselves. I've had that done too. But as you see, the collard greens, those are some big collard greens. Like, I haven't had those in ages. My mom mostly cooked turnip greens and mustard greens. That was her favorite. She liked collards, but her favorite was turnip greens and mustards. But as you see here, we're getting to the bottom of it here, and I'm going to show you what I add to it. I am just going to add some minced, I'm going to use what little minced garlic I have in a jar. And what garlic powder I had. I was able to use up some jars of spices that I needed to use up. I'm going to add some water in here after I add the salt pork too. I'm not going to add any salt though, but since that is salt pork. And I was going to try to use my scissors to cut that up, but as you see, I had to pull out the knife. Yep, I had to pull out the knife. So I just put 2 good sized chunks in there. And you'll also see that I add some black pepper to it. And I didn't know for sure, didn't remember how much water you're supposed to put in here. So I know, almost like all greens, they're going to, cook down. So as you see there, that's where I added the peppers, the chopped onions. I used all those chopped onions. I used what was left in this garlic powder. I felt so resourceful using this stuff. And now I'm going to turn it on high and it's going to cook. And then we're going to get on to prepping my meatloaf. I wanted to go ahead and get it prepped, get it in the refrigerator so I could have everything done. So I cut off about half of that onion. I peeled it, and I had pulled out my freezer bag with bones and my vegetable ends and stuff for my broth. And so I just put those, the skin, and I'll put this extra of the onion in that bag to put back in the freezer. So I just wanted chopped up the onion. I put it into the hamburger meat there in that bowl underneath my cutting board. I took about just like a half of that bell pepper, but actually it was only like a quarter of the bell pepper. And I just chopped it up finely, and I put it in there. And then I added like salt. I don't think I did not add any black pepper, because you're going to see I added some of that red Korean pepper to it. Oh my gosh, guys, this meatloaf was so good. I did add some black pepper. I'll take that back. And then I didn't add a whole lot of that red Korean pepper, but I did add some. And yeah, I had opened another garlic, because you seen I used it all on the last stuff in the collard greens. I added some Worcestershire sauce. I'm sure I said that wrong. And I added some ketchup. Sometimes I add ketchup to the batter itself, and sometimes I don't. It's just, I guess, what kind of mood I'm in. I'm going to add an egg, and then you're going to see I have like a quarter of a sleeve of saltine crackers that I just crushed up that was in a bag. And then I opened up a sleeve of crackers, and I used about half of another sleeve. And guys, this meatloaf turned out so good. And I cooked it at 375 for about probably like an hour and 15 minutes. And very good. You're going to also see I'm going to come back and I'm a little later on, and then we're going to put some cornbread together. And I was trying to think. I know there was something else I was going to say. I'll ask you. Yes. Do you add just ketchup on top of your meatloaf, as you're going to see me do, or do you add like a glaze? I've seen other people that adds brown sugar and stuff to their ketchup, or don't even use ketchup. They use like tomato paste or something, or tomato sauce. I always have used ketchup, and my mom always taught me just to put ketchup on top of it. Now I have tried with a little bit of brown sugar, but I don't do that a lot, because Keith is kind of borderline and kind of diabetic sometimes. Well, this Gordon, he's very controlled, so I don't use a lot of sugar. But I know the sugar in ketchup, guys. I know, but if adding brown sugar to it on top, that's what I mean. So I have the meatloaf all prepped. I got it. Put some saran wrap on top of it, got it in the refrigerator, and now I'm going to peel my potatoes and get those in a pan of water. So when I sit down, I can just relax and chill and know that supper is all prepped and ready for when it's time to start it. I took the meatloaf out about 3:15, turned my oven on, and so it would be not kind of a little bit much right out the refrigerator into the oven. And of course I cooked the collard greens all day long. And the potatoes, I turned them on about 4:15 right after I made the cornbread, and put that in the oven with meatloaf. And supper was really good. I have to say so myself. And as you see, I am just peeling these potatoes. I do not use a potato peeler, guys. I have tried and tried, and I more or less injure myself more with a potato peeler than I do a knife. But I will tell you, I do hear my mom's and my grandmother's voice in my head. Beth, that is too thick. Don't take so much potato off with the skin. When I was raised, well, you did not, well, especially my grandmother, you did not cut a lot. That skin that you peel off that potato better be paper thin, or you got in trouble. But good childhood memories. Oh man. But anyway, so you're going to see I'm going to chop these up. Then I am just going to put them in some salt water. Just enough salt that you would, because potatoes are bland. And I have found, if you cook them in salt water, to me, it just flavors them. Then most of the time, I don't even add salt to them when I'm mashing them up, whether I use my mixer or my hand masher. Today, I just use my hand masher. I don't believe I showed y'all that. I believe I just showed y'all the complete meal at the end. So as you will see, I just get all these peeled and sliced up, put some cold water over with some, like I said, some salt in it, put the lid on the pan, put it on top of my stove, and it was ready for me. And they don't turn brown that way. As long as you make sure you cover them in water. And of course, I rinsed them off real good. And I cut off any kind of bad spots off the potato that I seen while I was rinsing. And so everything is done, and it felt so good. So in a moment, you're going to see, we're going to come back and we're going to fold some clothes together. Hey guys, we're back. I think the last thing I filmed today was me peeling the potatoes and putting them on the stove. Well, I just put my meatloaf in the oven. I've got my color clothes right here in front of me that I am going to fold. And I can't put all of them away. I put mine away, but Keith is sleeping to get ready for work tonight, so I can't put his away in the bathroom stuff away. Which there won't be any bathroom stuff in the color clothes, duh. So anyway, I don't know earlier if I had, let me just go ahead and get these ready to fold. I don't know for sure if I had told y'all about tomorrow. I think I told y'all about this weekend, Keith being called into work and all that. And yesterday, Mother's Day, was just spent him sleeping after working on his day off, and then me laying here on the couch in my pajamas having a lazy day for Mother's Day. But anyway, that's what, if I didn't, that's what Mother's Day was like. But I think I did. But of course, I had just got up and just had barely a sip of coffee when I was vlogging and telling you good morning. So tomorrow, they've had a new director for where Keith works. So, and not complaining, Keith likes the man that's the director. It's just there's staffing issues. And if you know anything about EMS and medical stuff, you know right now there's a staffing issue at a lot of places. So, and anyway, so they have their first supervisors meeting, which he is, for coming up Tuesday at 2 o'clock, which unfortunately is his morning. He'll work tonight, which is Monday. So, and he'll work tonight, and then he will get off in the morning at 8. And then he will be able to come home and go to sleep for a while. Then he has to be back up there at work at 2 o'clock for a supervisor's meeting. Now, that's a bad time for a meeting but this is, like I said, he just took it over, so it's just going to take time to get everything adjusted. But anyway, meanwhile, I didn't want him to have to come home, go back, come home, and try to go back on that less of sleep. And that's a lot of mileage. And yes, it may be a little bit more expensive, but I've got a hotel for us to stay in tomorrow night near the hospital. They give us a hospital rate. And that way, he don't have to worry about it. He can come home tomorrow, like, you know, sleep for a while. Then we can go up there. I'll drop him off at his meeting. Then I will go get my allergy shots. And then I will do whatever else I need to do, or pick up some snacks, whatever, for the hotel. And then he will be able to, after the meeting, go back to the hotel, go in, lay down, and go to sleep, and not have to get up until, right, you know, he's going to be literally right down the road. We are like 30 something miles from where he works. So that's one of the reasons why we did the hotel, because that's a lot of miles to drive, and then I get a lot of sleep. And they work hard hours, just to court how many patients they have, how many 911 calls they have, how many transfers to another hospital they have. So I would rather, in my peace of mind, know that he's safe and not driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, and plus, it'll give me good internet so I can get videos uploaded and scheduled. So y'all may have noticed I was a little late getting videos up for this week of May the 15th and up. But I'm going to get them all up at one time and be able to watch TV, relax, crochet while I'm uploading. So, hey, I call that a win. And if I could fold instead of talking with my hands, it'd get done a lot faster, right? But so anyway, those collards and turnip greens that y'all seen me put on this morning, whoa, they are smelling good. I haven't had collard greens and turnip greens in I don't know how long. I hope they're as good as I remembered. I really do, but they smell good. But I can tell you one thing, this weekend, for some reason, I don't know if last week they upped my allergy shot medicine. You know, when you get allergy shots, when I say allergy shots, I'm not talking about steroid. I'm talking about literally allergy shots. And what they more or less are doing, they're shooting in you the stuff that you're allergic to just to build your body up against it. Well, I think last week they must have increased the stuff, because Lord have mercy, my allergies have been horrible. And even this morning, when I was doing all the meal prep, I just didn't even talk. I'm just going to do a voiceover on it because my nose was running worse than it is right now. And so I just said, you know what? I'm just going to voice over. Hopefully by tonight, when I edit and voice over, my allergies will be better and I won't be sniffling in y'all's ears. So anyway, how was your Mother's Day? Did you have a good one? Did you get a rest day, or was you busy entertaining, or I'm beginning to think, I don't know, if anything can go wrong, usually for me, I know this is gonna sound crazy, y'all, but for me, it's usually Mother's Day, around Mother's Day. So it's like, I've got paranoid about Mother's Day. It's like, I think I wanna just ban it. I think maybe we build, as mothers, and when you see how they create, you know, these social media and even, you know, the mainstream media, how they up it, you know, buy your mom this, did you do this for your mom, and all this. And I think it gets our expectations up. And then when our kids don't meet our expectations like we think they should, even though we know they love us and everything, but I think it's the media's fault. They just build us up thinking this Mother's Day is going to be all this special day. You're going to get up and everything's going to be roses and just so perfect. And see, and that's what makes it bad, because then when real life happens on Mother's Day, we're like, hey, it's Mother's Day. It ain't supposed to happen. But it does, right? So, anyway. I had a good one, more or less. I mean, I was just literally, all I did was lay around all day, which can be good. I was resting. Like I said, my allergies, I'm going to try to slow down and talk more clear. I know sometimes I just stumble over my words. But anyway, what I was saying is this weekend, the allergies have been bad. And when my allergies are bad, I get sleepy. And plus, I think I'm in the middle of a fibro flare, and the fatigue is real. The fatigue and the pain is real, guys. I don't know if you know anybody that has fibromyalgia, or if you have it yourself, you know, you understand. It's just a pain that you can't describe. It's just, and if you're touched, it makes it worse. So I know you get it, and plus the fatigue is, and the brain fog. Oh my gosh, the brain fog is real. It is real. And I'm trying to put these clothes up right here. So anyway, guys, so I'm like just folding these clothes and losing train of thought. Squirrels coming and going. Next week. Oh my gosh, next week is going to be crazy. I've got 2 of my grands graduating. And AJ, the first one, he graduates next Thursday night, which is, they live like 2.5, maybe 3 hours away. So we got to be up there. Well, we don't gotta, we want to be up there. And for his graduation that night, and they got a big, humongous class. So I don't know how long the thing's going to be. Then after it's over, I just put the socks on the floor. But then after it is over, we have to either come home or stay at Kayla's, but then we're going to have to get up the next morning, come back all the way home. And then Kenzie's graduation, Brindley's mom graduation, is Friday night. So we'll have another graduation to go to. Not as far away, but you know, still, they've got, I don't know how many's in their class, but it's a pretty big class. So we're going to be graduating. We're going to be celebrating next week, guys. So, so I'm trying to rest up and prepare myself for it. I don't know what is wrong with this shirt, but it's just being awkward on this arm over here today. Oh. But, so May's going to be exciting, and then we're getting ready for our vacation. I am so ready. I cannot wait to go. I am getting more and more excited about going. We should be getting our paperwork and stuff this week. Matter of fact, I think she was mailing it today. I think she was mailing it out. So I'm excited. And Keith did verify with the new director there's going to be no issues with his vacation time, and there's not. Praise the Lord. That really eased some nerves. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to slow down and talk more clear and not rumble my words together. It's a shame that I let these clothes build up like this. I should know better by now, but evidently I don't. Oh, and let me know how y'all liked my first porch time. Did y'all enjoy that? Was that the right length? Do you think it needed to be shorter or longer? Or I think it's like right in the middle. I think 15 minutes to me was like, you know, a sweet spot for me. But let me know what you think. That's, you know, so I'll know kind of what you want. And boy, I had a lot of dirty clothes. And then let's see, I'm trying to think what else you would, what the other blog had in. Guys, I'm telling you, it's been crazy. And here I am putting clothes in the wrong place. I'm almost finished with these colored clothes, guys. Almost finished. And for some reason, they're mostly mine. I think Keith they've been in the basket. A load of them has. He's probably getting them out of the basket and wearing them. So anyway, guys, I am, like I said, I got like a couple of items and then I'll be finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and I will come back in a little bit. Okay, guys, I thought I was filming and I wasn't. I am making cornbread. I have a cup of cornmeal, a cup of flour, a heaping tablespoon of baking powder, and like a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and then about 1 1/3 cup of milk. And that is what is in this batter. I am, like I said, I am so sorry. I thought I was filming and evidently I wasn't. Okay, you're going to see me put my chicken pot holder down there, and I'm going to get my cast iron skillet out of the oven that I've had heating with grease, bacon grease in it. So you're going to see me pour some of that hot grease into the actual batter. And then I'm going to set that on top of my little chicken pot holder. I'm going to stir that up real good. And then I'm going to add it to that skillet, and I am going to put it in the stove. Usually I would cook it at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. But since I'm going to cook it with my meatloaf, and my meatloaf is cooking at 475, I'm just going to put it in there and watch it. And I'm sure it'll take about 25 minutes. And then we will have our cornbread. Okay, guys, supper is ready. There's the collard and turnip greens. There's the cornbread, the mashed potatoes, and the meatloaf. So now it's got about 10 minutes to cool down before Keith gets up. So I just wanted to show you dinner, and I'm going to check out and say I'll see you on the next vlog.